So you want to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but you either don't remember or have never played the games that led up to it. Well, the best thing to do would be to get the 1.5 plus 2.5 HD collection and the 2.8 HD collection on PS4 and play them for yourself, to get the full experience. But of course, not everyone has a PS4. Some of you Xbox players are seriously up the creek since Kingdom Hearts 3 is the first Kingdom Hearts game to come out to the platform. Not everyone has time to play several 30-hour-long games just to understand the conclusion of a storyline that's been building for 16 years. So, here's my video series that will hopefully help you get caught up before you play Kingdom Hearts 3. This is the bottom line for Kingdom Hearts, where I will explain one game at a time and only the plot points that you really need to know. No wasting time with Disney plot lines that don't ultimately relate to the main narrative. So without further ado, let's start with the first game that came out for the PS2 in 2002, Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts begins as our hero Sora is having a strange dream where he is granted a magical weapon, and he must defeat creatures who rise from the infinite darkness around him. Eventually, he must face a giant creature who is formed out of his own shadow. In the end, Sora is swallowed by the darkness and he wakes up on the beach of the Destiny Islands. He and his two best friends, Riku and Kairi, are becoming adventuresome and curious about the world outside their tiny little island, and go to work building a raft to set sail and explore the unknown. Part of their curiosity comes from the fact that Kairi came from somewhere far away, and she doesn't remember a thing about her hometown. Another part being a secret that Riku has kept since he was a child, about another stranger visiting the island. While looking for provisions, Sora goes to the secret place in the hollowed-out tree, where a mysterious door has always been locked and closed. No one knows what is on the other side or how to open it. As he's carving a drawing into the wall, Sora is visited by a cloaked stranger.
Who's there?
I've come to see the door to this world.
Huh?
This world has been connected.
Well, what are you talking about?
Tied to the darkness. Soon to be completely eclipsed.
Well, whoever you are, stop freaking me out like this. Huh? Well, where did you come from?
You do not yet know what lies beyond the door.
So you're from another world.
There is so very much to learn. You understand so little.
Oh yeah? Well, you'll see. I'm gonna get out and learn what's out there.
A meaningless effort. One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
Meanwhile, on another world, Donald discovers that His Majesty King Mickey has absconded, noticing that the worlds have been disappearing into darkness, and sets out to find a key that may save the overall world that all worlds coincide within. He tasks Donald and Goofy with finding another key, the counterpart to the key that he is searching for, and these keys, when combined, will end the threat upon all the worlds. Back on Destiny Islands, a storm begins to brew, and Sora races to secure the raft. As he arrives, he is attacked by the same creatures from his dream. Though he tries to defend himself with his wooden sword, nothing he does can harm them. He finds Riku staring into the source of the storm, a massive floating ball of dark energy. He vows that he isn't afraid of the darkness, and that they have to take this chance to explore the outside world. As he opens himself to the unknown, he is swallowed by the darkness. A light radiates as Sora is about to be consumed himself, and he finds in his hand a large key. A voice, the same one from his dream, reveals that this is the Keyblade. With it, he can now defend himself from the monsters. Sora then runs to the mysterious door and finds Kairi, but the door suddenly opens, releasing a wave of darkness, and Kairi vanishes. Outside, the islands are being ripped apart and absorbed by the source of the darkness, and Sora comes face to face with the giant that he saw in his dream, the Dark Side. Upon defeating it, Sora is sent hurtling into the darkness. Elsewhere, Donald and Goofy witness a star blinking out in the sky, insinuating that Sora's world has disappeared and been consumed, like many worlds before it. As they hurry to find the key, Sora wakes up down the street in an alleyway in another world, Traverse Town. He wanders the town searching for Riku and Kairi, running into new faces as he asks around, particularly characters from the Final Fantasy series, Sid Highwind, Squall Leonhart, going by the pseudonym Leon, Yuffie Kisaragi, and Aerith Gainsborough. The residents inform the two separate parties about the Heartless, the creatures who seek to consume all hearts in darkness. The Keyblade is the only weapon that can destroy the Heartless and release the hearts they steal. They also inform them that a researcher named Ansem once studied the Heartless, but he also suddenly disappeared. As the Heartless attack once again, Sora, Donald, and Goofy meet for the first time in the 3rd District, and team up to defeat the Guard Armor Heartless. Noticing that Sora wields the Keyblade, they offer to team up and help each other search for Riku, Kairi, and King Mickey. Elsewhere, in another world, Riku wakes up alone in a chasm of waterfalls, and is approached by Maleficent. Sora and the party travel to other worlds, discovering that each world appears to have a keyhole that can be locked by the Keyblade. This keyhole leads to the heart of each world, which the Heartless are feverishly trying to consume. Sora also occasionally sees a phantom of Kairi that neither Donald or Goofy can see. Later, Maleficent and her Disney villain cohorts discuss the possible threat that Sora can pose to their evil plan, and reveal that they are kidnapping the princesses from across the worlds. Returning to Traverse Town to locate its own keyhole, Sora encounters Riku for the first time since leaving the islands. Riku is surprised that Sora can hold his own in a fight, and draws interest in his Keyblade, oddly enough able to hold it himself, when Sora is supposedly the chosen wielder. Sora invites Riku to join them, but Donald refuses. Riku abstains during their argument, where Maleficent whispers in his ear that Sora replaced him with new friends, and no longer cares about him. Afterwards, Sora and the gang head off to other worlds in search of more keyholes. Upon being swallowed by Monstro the whale in their travels, they are tasked by Geppetto to bring back Pinocchio, who wanders off further into the bowels of the whale. As they find him, they also run into Riku, who seems to be holding a grudge towards Sora and kidnaps Pinocchio. He reveals that he wants Pinocchio in order to understand how a puppet that has no heart can still live, and perhaps help him to save someone else who has lost their heart. However, Sora and company are attacked by the parasite cage, and must retrieve Pinocchio. With Riku having escaped into the darkness, he has returned to Geppetto and the gang continue to explore the worlds. Eventually they run into Riku once again as they are taken aboard the pirate ship of Captain Hook. Riku reveals that he has been with Kairi all along, and that she has become comatose without her heart. In searching for a way to save her, he has found an alliance with Maleficent as she continues to strengthen his control of darkness, and eventually the Heartless themselves. Sora joins with Peter Pan, who is in search of Wendy, and the team fight their way through the ship. Riku steals away with Kairi once again, leaving Sora to fight his own shadow. Afterwards, the team head to Hollow Bastion, the world where Leon and his friends once called home before Maleficent and the Heartless claimed dominion over it. At the top of the waterfall, they find Riku easily dispatching the beast. As Sora tries to break up the fighting, Riku claims that there can only be one Keyblade Master, and steals the Keyblade from Sora. Donald and Goofy, realizing that their orders were to help the Keyblade wielder, leave Sora to go with Riku. Sora continues on with only his wooden sword, and the beast at his side to save Kairi. Upon reaching the chapel of the castle, Riku has dismissed that Sora is useless and weak without the Keyblade, and attacks him. Donald and Goofy come to his aid to protect him. As Riku becomes outnumbered, Sora proclaims that he has come to realize throughout his journey that the Keyblade is simply a tool to be used by his true strength, the strength of his heart, and the friends that he holds dear. Upon this statement, the Keyblade abandons Riku and returns to Sora. The two have a battle, and Riku retreats further into the castle. The cloaked figure from the Destiny Islands comes to Riku in his moment of weakness, and explains that because Sora's heart was stronger, the Keyblade chose him, even though Riku was the one who it originally belonged to. He lures him into completely opening his heart to the darkness if he wants true power. As Sora, Donald, and Goofy climb the castle, they encounter Maleficent, who is seeking to use the 7 princesses with pure hearts of light to access the keyhole to Hollow Bastion, and unleash a great darkness into the universe and command dominion over all worlds. The party defeats her and Riku appears, now wielding a black Keyblade and his mannerisms and voice appearing corrupted by the darkness. This Keyblade is a special Keyblade crafted by the 7 hearts of the princesses, which has the power to unlock a person's heart. He demonstrates by unlocking Maleficent's heart and allowing her to wield untapped powers of darkness, leading her to transform into her dragon self. The party once again defeat her and chase after Riku to the room where the keyhole is located. As Sora runs to Kairi's aid and tries to wake her, his intuition leads him to the conclusion that Riku is no longer himself, and being controlled by someone. Riku explains that Kairi is actually one of the 7 princesses required to complete the keyhole, and that Kairi's heart had taken shelter inside of Sora's during the destruction of the Destiny Islands. Sora collapses as Kairi's heart reacts, and the being controlling Riku reveals himself to be Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, who had been researching the Heartless. Sora and Ansem have an intense battle for Kairi's heart, and upon defeating him, Sora realizes that in order to complete the keyhole and seal it, he will need to release Kairi's heart from within himself. And so, he takes up the Keyblade of Heart, gives a characteristic smile to his friends, and sacrifices himself. As Kairi's heart is returned to her, the Keyblade reverts to the remaining hearts of the princesses, and they are each restored. As Kairi wakes up, she watches Sora disappear. In that moment, Ansem reveals himself and is about to attack the party, when Riku's will and spirit fights back against his control. This allows Kairi and the remaining party to try and escape. They are surrounded by Heartless, but Kairi believes that one of them that is acting docile may be Sora. As they are attacked, she shields the shadow with her own body. Her light reacts to Sora's heart in the darkness, and he is restored. However, with the darkness pouring out of the keyhole and the number of Heartless growing, they retreat to Traverse Town to recuperate and plan. Meanwhile, Riku is cast off from Ansem now that his body has been reformed by Riku's darkness. Riku lands in the realm of darkness, the home of the Heartless, lost and alone. He suddenly hears an unfamiliar voice, this one kind and friendly, and requests his help in finding the Keyblade that belongs to this realm, in order to help Sora save the world. Leon and his troop explain that Sora must return to Hollow Bastion and seal the keyhole. Just as he is about to leave, Kairi gives Sora her good luck charm, and makes him promise to return it to her when he saves the universe. Returning to Hollow Bastion, Sora and company enter the keyhole and defeat the behemoth Heartless within. He seals the keyhole and meets up with the Traverse Town gang, who tell him to seek Ansem and stop him from eclipsing the encompassing world in darkness. Doing so will return all the smaller worlds to their original states. This also means that the connections between the worlds will be severed, and Sora and his friends will return to their islands, unable to see the outside worlds again. Sora, Donald, and Goofy set out to the end of the world, where all the fragments of the worlds consumed by the Heartless have coalesced. They fight their way through hordes of Heartless until they reach a strange door similar to that of the one that Sora saw in his dream, a door granted by the worlds to lead him to Ansem. As the party enters the door, they find the fragment of the Destiny Islands, and Ansem. In a long epic battle, Sora and company battles Ansem and his guardian time after time, and the Heartless at his beck and call. Within a void of absolute darkness, they discover Kingdom Hearts, the collective heart of all worlds in existence, which Ansem seeks to consume. Sora hears Riku's voice call out to him, and emboldens himself as he faces down Ansem's final form. After having been defeated, Ansem turns to Kingdom Hearts, and beckons to the immense darkness held within it.
Kingdom Hearts! Fill me with the power of darkness! Supreme darkness!
You're wrong. I know now, without a doubt. Kingdom Hearts is light.
Light! But why?
As Ansem is destroyed by the light within Kingdom Hearts, the party rush forward to close the door. Though Sora had been correct in assuming that Kingdom Hearts held light within it, it was the single mote among the endless darkness that dispersed their foe. On the other side of the door is the Realm of Darkness, where the Heartless eagerly team ready to escape into the Realm of Light. However, they also find an ally on the other side, King Mickey, who had located the counterpart to Sora's Keyblade in order to seal Kingdom Hearts. However, the door is simply too heavy to close, and Riku rushes forward to assist him. Understanding that Kingdom Hearts will be sealed forever, the two say their goodbyes as they close it from both sides, and together, Sora and Mickey combine their power to lock it away. With the hearts of all worlds restored, Sora turns to witness the Destiny Islands reforming around Kairi.
Kairi! Sora! Kairi! Remember what you said before? I'm always with you too. I'll come back to you. I promise! I know you will!
As the two part, the Destiny Islands are completely reformed and the sky lights up with stars, implying that the rest of the worlds have also returned to normal, and everyone who is lost has found their homes once again. Sora, Donald, and Goofy wander about an endless field somewhere among the worlds, trying to figure out how to find Riku, Mickey, and the door between realms. Just as they are at a loss, Pluto passes by with a note from King Mickey. They chase after him, unsure of where their next adventure will bring them, with only the hopes of seeing their friends guiding them along the path to the horizon.